What would you do if the goddess you swore to protect had only 12 hours to live? What if the only path to save her required you to defy gods, shatter fate, and burn your very life force until nothing remained but ash and glory? 5 teenage warriors faced this impossible choice: to watch their goddess die, or to challenge the most powerful warriors in existence, one by one, in a desperate climb through 12 sacred temples. They were told they would die. They were certain they would fail. Yet they chose to ascend anyway, because true warriors understand that some battles transcend victory. They define what it means to be human. Their journey would become the most legendary battle in anime history, teaching about sacrifice, brotherhood, and the cosmic fire that burns within us all. Since the dawn of time, Athena has reincarnated every 200 years to protect Earth. Her warriors, the Knights of the Zodiac, channel the power of constellations through their armor, their bodies, and their spirits. This energy, known as Cosmo, allows them to perform feats beyond human comprehension. Among Athena's 88 knights, 5 bronze knights stand apart: Seiya of Pegasus, the unstoppable force; Shiryu, the indomitable dragon spirit; Hyoga of Cygnus, the frozen heart; Shun of Andromeda, compassion's chain; and Ikki of Phoenix, the undying flame. Though lowest in rank, these 5 have accomplished the impossible time, and again through sheer determination and the depth of their brotherhood. But now, they face their greatest trial. The Sanctuary, Athena's sacred domain in Greece, has fallen under the control of a corrupt pope who attempted to assassinate the reborn goddess. After battling through his forces, our heroes discover their true goddess Saurikito has followed them to Greece to reclaim her rightful place. The pope's response? A golden arrow of judgment, fired from Sagittarius's bow, now embedded in Athena's heart. As her divine blood drips away, so does her life force. The Bronze Knights have just 12 hours to climb through 12 Zodiac temples, each guarded by a Gold Knights, warriors so powerful they can destroy stars with a single blow. 12 hours, 12 temples, against warriors who can move at the speed of light. The odds are not merely impossible, they are cruelty. But that has never stopped these knights before. First Guardian, Mu of Aries, the gentle armorer with the power to shatter atomic bonds. Unlike the others, he recognizes the Bronze Knight's pure intentions, and offers no resistance. He repairs their cloths, knowing the battle ahead. Sometimes the greatest courage is in knowing when not to fight. What awaits you above defies comprehension. Your bodies will break, your spirits might falter, and the clock shows no mercy. The Bronze Knights nod, understanding that this momentary respite only heightens the stakes. They depart, the first temple conquered not through combat, but compassion. A lesson they'll need to remember as blood begins to flow. Aldebaran of Taurus stands like a mountain, 7 feet of solid muscle and unbreakable conviction. His attack, Great Horn, has destroyed armies. His armor gleams like the sun itself, and his laughter echoes through the stone chambers. To pass, you must either defeat me or destroy one of my horns. Seiya accepts the challenge alone. Every blow he lands, he receives tenfold in return. He bleeds, but his Cosmo keeps burning. When Seiya finally shatters one golden horn, Aldebaran doesn't respond with rage, but respect. Your strength isn't in your body, he acknowledges, but in your unbreakable will. Aldebaran lets them pass, but unseen blood begins to seep from beneath his armor. Gemini Temple defies reality. Dimensions bend and time loses meaning. Welcome to my illusion. I am Saga of Gemini, master of dimensions. But something isn't right. The Gold Knight seems absent, as if the temple itself is the true opponent. Phoenix Ikki, master of mental warfare, begins to sense the truth. This temple houses twin souls in eternal conflict. Through sheer mental fortitude, Ikki shatters the dimensional prison, allowing his comrades to reunite. They proceed deeper into the temple, still sensing that this mysterious Gemini Knight is somehow connected to everything. The corruption of Sanctuary, the arrow in Athena's heart, perhaps even the Pope himself. They pass through, but the temple seems to watch them leave. 2 faces reflected in the cold marble, one weeping, one smiling cruelly. Death Mask of Cancer in the Chamber of Horrors, surrounded by the faces of his victims. You'll make fine additions to my collection. Blue flames dancing around his golden armor. Shiryu steps forward, his sense of justice offended by this mockery of the warrior's code. Cancer drags Shiryu to the Yomotsu Hirasaka, Gate 2 of the underworld. Even knights must die. Deathmask attempts to cast Shiryu into the abyss of souls. But Dragon Shiryu has already faced death before and returned. With the memory of his master's teachings burning in his heart, he reverses their positions. A knight who has abandoned justice is no knight. Shiryu's Cosmo reaching new heights. The Cancer Knight falls into his own underworld, a victim of his own cruelty. The faces decorating the walls vanish, finding peace at last. The Bronze Knights continue, aware that some Gold Knights have fallen far from Athena's ideals of justice. Iolia of Leo stands proud, his golden mane catching the light crackles around his armor. Unlike the twisted Cancer or Gemini, Leo radiates strength. "I serve Athena with every fiber of my being," he declares, lightning dancing between his fingers. "If you truly serve her as well, then prove your devotion with your lives." Seiya, Hyoga, and Shiryu attack together. But Iolia's lightning plasma strikes at the speed of light itself. Before they even register pain, their bodies are already falling. Something troubles him. His brother, branded a traitor for allegedly tried to kill Athena, haunts him. Iolo's Sagittarius cloth now protects the Bronze Knights. Could his brother have been right all along? Their unwavering conviction begins to pierce Iolia's heart. When a mysterious power tries to take control of his mind, the Leo Knight resists through sheer force of will. He lets the Bronze Knights pass, his roaring heart beginning to question everything he's believed. "If you speak truth, then my brother's honor might yet be restored." The Sixth Temple holds the most powerful guardian, Shaka of Virgo, the man closest to God. He sits in eternal meditation, eyes closed to contain power. "You have entered the realm between heaven and hell," he states calmly, golden light emanating from his body. "Here, I judge the weight of your souls." Shun, whose heart bleeds for friend and foe alike, faces this spiritual giant. But when Shaka's Tenbu Horin, treasures of heaven, begins to systematically destroy their senses, Phoenix Ikki intervenes to protect his younger brother. What follows transcends physical battle. Ikki and Shaka duel across planes of existence, their cosmos clashing not just physically, but philosophically. Life, death, rebirth, suffering, enlightenment. Each exchange is both attack and spiritual discourse. When Shaka's eyes begin to open, a sight said to herald the end of the world, Ikki sacrifices himself, using the full power of his phoenix to create an opening for his friends. He disappears in a burst of cosmic fire, not knowing if even his immortal phoenix powers can regenerate from such a confrontation. "Your brother's sacrifice carries the weight of true enlightenment. I must contemplate that." The knights continue, one fewer now, the weight of sacrifice growing heavier. The Seventh Temple stands empty. Its guardian, Old Master Doko, has been absent for over 2 centuries, watching over the sealed evil spirits in China's 5 peaks. But the temple offers a gift, the divine weapons of Libra. Each weapon could destroy stars, each designed to combat specific evils. Shiryu, Doko's student, feels his master's distant blessing as the weapons resonate with their cosmos. "My master entrusts these to us," he says. The knights take what they need, understanding that these weapons represent both hope and terrible responsibility. The temple offers a moment of respite, yet the clock continues its merciless countdown. Milo of Scorpio awaits with predatory patience, his crimson Antares attack glowing at his fingertip. Beautiful and lethal, he embodies the scorpion's violence. 14 strikes of my scarlet needle, he explains with terrifying calm. The final strike, Antares, delivers the killing blow. Few have survived even 5. Hyoga steps forward, ice against venom. With each puncture of the scarlet needle, poison floods his system, yet he refuses to yield or show pain. This both irritates and impresses Milo. "My mother taught me to endure any cold," Hyoga gasps, as his blood forms perfect scarlet stars across his body. "My friends taught me to endure any pain." When Hyoga survives all 15 strikes, including the forbidden 15th that Milo adds out of growing respect, the Scorpio Knight acknowledges defeat and victory. He stops the bleeding himself, preserving Hyoga's life. "Your loyalty burns colder than my venom," Milo concedes. "Perhaps I've been serving the wrong master." The Ninth Temple is empty. Aiolos died 13 years ago protecting Athena. Yet his presence lingers, his gold cloth having already chosen to aid the Bronze Knights. As they pass through, the spirit of Aiolos seems to manifest, offering not just encouragement, but revelation. It was he who rescued the baby Athena, he who was branded traitor for his loyalty, and he whose dying act passed Athena's protection to a Japanese orphan who would become Saori Kido. The Sagittarius cloth assembles itself, arrow nocked, pointing upward, not just to the remaining temples, but to the Pope's chamber where final truth awaits. The knights feel Aiolos' blessing empowering them as they continue their climb, the truth of Sanctuary's corruption now undeniable. Shura of Capricorn, with the legendary Excalibur, sharp enough to cut through dimensions. "I executed the traitor Aiolos myself," he proclaims, raising his sword arm. "I'll not allow his conspiracy to continue through you." Shiryu challenges him, recognizing that only the ultimate sacrifice might overcome such righteousness. In a move that shocks the Capricorn, Shiryu removes his armor completely. "If your cause is just, strike me down. If you sense hesitation in your heart, ask why." Their battle becomes a philosophical argument written in blood and light. For each of Shura's perfect cuts, Shiryu answers with imperfect but evolving determination. When Shiryu finally launches them both into the stratosphere, sacrificing his life to remove this obstacle from his friend's path, Shura has his revelation. "You would die like this? For your goddess?" Shura whispers, as oxygen fails them both. Without hesitation, Shiryu answers simply. In the freezing void of near space, Shura's certainty shatters. He places his own gold cloth on Shiryu, using the last of his Cosmo to send the dragon safely back to Earth while he burns up in the atmosphere. His body forming a shooting star across the night sky, a final act of contrition. Camus of Aquarius stands impassive as winter. The master of Hyoga, who once threw his student into a glacier to force evolution. "You disappoint me still," he tells his former pupil, ice forming with each word. "Your tears, your emotions, they make you eternally weak." Hyoga faces his master, ice against deeper ice. Their battle is physical and deeply personal, each attack carrying years of emotions, of mentorship, of abandoned childhood. "I will show the true meaning of absolute zero." The temple temperature drops to levels that should be impossible. Their techniques escalate, from diamond dust to aurora execution, the very molecules of air freezing solid around them. Hyoga demonstrates that what Camus saw as weakness is actually his greatest strength. In the final exchange, Hyoga surpasses his master by channeling not just cold, but the warmth of everyone he loves. As Camus falls, a rare smile forms on his frozen lips. "You've learned the final lesson I could never teach directly. Perfect coldness without perfect passion is merely death. You've exceeded me, my student." Final temple, Aphrodite of Pisces, beautiful and venomous as the roses he wields. Every surface of his temple is covered with roses whose poison can kill with a mere whiff. "Beauty and death are inseparable," he says, tossing roses that cut through stone like artillery. "I protect Athena by being as beautiful and deadly as these blooms." Shun confronts this poisonous philosophy with his own. His chains dance among the roses, neutralizing their poison through the purity of his Cosmo. "True beauty comes from protection, not destruction," Shun counters with his immense power. Their battle transforms the temple into a storm of petals and chain links. Poisoned, Shun's determination to reach Athena burns the toxins from his blood. When Aphrodite falls, impaled by his own roses reflected back by Shun's defending chains, he gazes at the blood-spattered petals with aesthetic appreciation. "Perhaps there is beauty in your kind of strength as well." Seiya, broken bleeding, stumbles into the chamber. Impressive, the Pope intones, but ultimately futile. When the mask shatters, the final truth is revealed. The Pope is Saga of Gemini, the missing gold knight whose temple held only illusions. For 13 years, he has ruled Sanctuary through deception and evil within his endless war. "I killed the true Pope. I tried to kill the infant Athena, and now I will finish it." Their battle transcends physical limits. Two warriors at the absolute peak of their capabilities. Saga's Galaxian explosion against Seiya's Pegasus meteor fist. Seiya fights with more than his fists. He carries the hopes, dreams, and Cosmo of every comrade. The ghosts of battles past materialize around him, lending him strength. Meanwhile, the other Bronze Knights, each drawing on their last reserves of strength, finally reach Athena. The golden arrow still pierces her chest, her divine blood down to its final drops. As Saga prepares to deliver his final attack, something extraordinary happens. the Sagittarius gold cloth appear, recognizing Seiya's pure heart, to cover the Bronze Knight. For one perfect moment, Seiya transcends with the full power of both zodiac signs. The final Pegasus meteor fist strikes not just Saga's body, but his divided soul. The evil within him shatters, leaving only the good man who had been imprisoned him. With Saga defeated, the arrow is removed from Athena's chest. Divine light bathes the sanctuary as she resumes her rightful place. The Bronze Knights, barely standing, witness the goddess they nearly died to protect. Saga, freed from his dark side, kneels before Athena. There is no forgiveness for what I've done. Before anyone can stop him, he takes his own life, using Athena's staff to pierce his heart. His final expression is one of peace, his dual nature finally resolved in death. As a new day dawns over Sanctuary, the Bronze Knights stand together, wounded beyond measure but alive. Each temple claimed its price in blood and spirit, yet they emerged transformed. No longer merely Bronze Knights fighting above their rank, but legendary warriors. The 12 Temples of Death arc forever changed anime history. It elevated battle shonen from simple fights to philosophical journeys. It taught an entire generation about sacrifice, brotherhood, and fighting for ideals rather than victory. Its influence echoes through countless series that followed. Anytime an anime character pushes beyond impossible limits, the ghost of Seiya burns within them. The journey through temples was the beginning. Asgard, Poseidon, and Hades awaited on the horizon. 5 bronze warriors stood against heaven itself, and heaven blinked first. If you felt even a fraction of the burning cosmo that ignited this saga, leave a comment below telling us which temple battle moved you most deeply. Which knight's sacrifice still brings tears to your eyes? Like this video if you felt your own cosmo ignite while watching, subscribe to join our constellation of anime lovers, and share this with someone whose 7th sense needs awakening. The challenges may seem impossible, but if we can feel our cosmo burning, nothing truly is.